Hey you guys, Power Dude 14 here with a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I'll leave the link in the bio below. X-Men 97 Storm and Wolverine 2-pack. Now, if you haven't seen X-Men 97 on Disney Plus, then I don't know where you've been at and I don't know how you found this video. But it is a continuation from the 90s version of X-Men the animated series. So it kind of taps into like newer, in more depth storylines about the characters. I would say I didn't even think that they would bring this series back. Like, I used to rewatch the 90s series like back to back all the time. And then they announced that they were going to reboot it. I'm like, of course, I have to collect and watch and all of that. So we'll be taking a look at Storm and Wolverine. And see what they're working with. I will say I had the other versions because we do have a Jim Lee style, the white, all white version of her, and then we have the Jim Lee style of him as well, so with the yellow and blue. I had those. I don't have them now, so it's kind of hard for me to do a size comparison, but we'll just focus on these right now, and yeah, stay tuned. So here they are out of the box along with their accessories. This is them straight out of the box. So exactly how they come. I didn't switch any hands, anything. Storms has a bit more than Wolverine does. So let's move these figures out of the way and take a quick look at what they all come with and how cool they are. Moving right along, we have both Storm and Wolverine again. And what I want to say is, let me think. I don't know. Back in the day, I did like her all white costume. I still do. Her Jim Lee style all white costume, referring to Storm. But I like it with more fuller hair. I like when she wears that costume with more fuller hair. I don't like the mohawk on Storm. Like, not to say she didn't look badass in X-Men 97, her first scene, her first entrance, she was amazing. Excuse me. But I think for me, I don't like the mohawk on her. I like when she has full hair. I like, the lusciousness. I love when she rises up into the skies, into the heavens, and the wind is flowing. We just got done talking about her cape. It just adds more to the dramatics. So we finally got that here with Miss Mama's with her long white hair. Okay. She looks beautiful. And we also have a comic version of this outfit for Storm with what was his name? Not Warbird, but Thunder something. I have to go back and look. I'll try to insert a photo here just so you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, her comic version with the same outfit. I think the only difference was she had lighter skin, I want to say. Her skin is a little bit darker here, but and the buckles were different. I don't even know if the old one has the gold bracelets on, but she does. And what I hate, which is what we saw in accessories, is that she does not come with open hands. Like, Storm is not a punchy type of female. She's rise up and commands the heavens. Like, she needs her hands open to. I was very disappointed when I saw this. Now you could use the other version of the X-Men 97 Storm, and she does come with open hands. She comes with open hands and closed-fisted hands. So I'm trying to figure out why they thought, because they added a lightning effects and another cape and another head sculpt, which I did not show. Oh my gosh. Okay, well listen, when I add the stuff in, I'll add it in, but I will put her extra head sculpt in. I gotta find it now. I thought it was up here. But yeah. Let me, oh gosh. I'm shaking the camera. I gotta edit that out, hopefully. Let's just get her to stand first. So then I can come back in strong. Okay. So now we're coming on to Wolverine. As I said when I talked about this man's head sculpt, I wish I had something with a closed mouth. You know, flies flying in places. I do like the fact that they did give his, arm hair some color. The original version of the X-Men 97 or the Jim Lee style, the first one that came out, definitely did not have these shaded in, so now it just looked like he had some skin disorder or something going on. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, I wish they just would have colored it the first time. Everything looks pretty clean so far. I don't really see too many imperfections as far as like feet wise too. Not too much going on. What I will say when I do get into articulation, because I already started articulating some of these, both of these, you're going to get some chewing, as you can see on my shoulders here. Chewing. And I am, like, if I can get that to focus, and I am not a fan of the chewing. Oh my gosh, unless it's food, I hate that. So, naughty, naughty, naughty. But let's move Storm out the way. We'll, since we already have Wolverine in our hand, his arm can go up about that far. It does its little butterfly joint. He got a little twist and twirl here, a bend here. Wrist rotation, mine might be a little stiff. It did just come out of the package, but look, he can flex. Ab crunch goes back about that far. Forward about this far. Head is on a hinge, so back that far. Up that far. Well, actually, back that far. And then we can do a full 360. Legs can kick up, go out, thigh rotation, bend at the knee, and ankle pivot. All right, so that's him. Let's get him out of the way now. She can do... Cape might be a little hindrance for her to put her arm all the way up. I can show it without the cape as well, which I probably will. So I don't know why I had to throw that in there and say that. But arm goes up about this far with the cape on. This has double jointed elbows. The original version with this costume, the comic version, had single jointed elbows. Wrist does a full 360 in bend. Ab crunch back about this far. Forward about this far. Head is on a hinge. She can look down about this far. Up probably like that. And cape on. Head can do one of these. Whatever that's got going on. Leg goes up about this far. It's me trying to split the other leg too, just to make it seem like it's doing something, but it's not. Thigh rotation, bend at the knee. You can see it. Yep. And ankle. So yeah, let's stand her up. She does have heels on, so hard to stand. All right, let's try to put some of these accessories on, and then I'll throw in that extra head that I was supposed to show you in the beginning. And this is where I'll also sneak in Storm's articulation without her cape, you know, because I'm going to be putting the other one on. So I'll throw that in there for you guys. So we'll be right back. So Storm comes with these cool lightning effect pieces. They're pretty long. I think these came with the Electro from Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's my first time seeing them. And also, I want to say they're in the new Electro, the female version, carded pack. I'm not too sure though, so don't quote me. But I thought this was cool to kind of add these. They also have a little clip. I don't know if you can see that. A clip that goes on her wrist for each one. Where's the other one on here? Oh, right here, buried. Yeah, see, and they hide them. Let me back up. I didn't realize how close I was. They hide them so well. You see where my finger is? Boom. And then the other one is... Lost it again. Lost it again. Back here. I was going to say, you know what? I give up. Right here. So, yeah, she comes with those. Also, the typical lightning effects coming out of the fingers. These, of course, are a given to Storm. You know, here and there. Sometimes they'll add them, sometimes they won't. And then her swoop cape. You know, when she's flying, she's got this majestic wind blowing. And her cape is flowing from left to right. Her hair is just magnificent and majestic, right? Yeah, but that's what this is for. Move that out of the way. Wolverine comes with an angry face. I mean, considering he doesn't already have an angry face, so yeah. But he comes with this. I don't know. I wish this Wolverine would have had a more resting face, other than having him yelling and then grinning, or not grinning, but you know, growling at me. But hey, whatever, you get what you get. And then we come with his claws. So, a fair amount here. Enough to add some dynamic action shots for your figures if you want to. You got claws, you got lightning, you got capes with wind flowing, and angry faces. So, let's get into these characters and see the articulation that they... my tongue, I don't know what happened, but it was like it was about to go down my throat as I was talking. No diddy. But, yeah. Let's just bring the figures in. Alright, so here's her alternate head with her lightning effects coming out of her hand. I will say this, without the cape on, this woman has a very, very long neck. Like, and I probably didn't notice it, but it's funny looking. It's cool. But like I said, here we can see more clearly how her articulation was. I don't know what that was. I just did a pause. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's weird to, you know, be the only one in the room and then you just feel like you're talking to yourself, and then just to get it all together to come out. I talk to myself a lot, but it's like you guys are there, but you're not there, if that makes sense. You know, so it's like I'm still talking to a crowd, but I'm also talking to myself. It's taken a minute, but you know, I digress. This is actually pretty good. This is pretty good what they got going on. I love the open back here that is happening. Everything looks very smooth on her. I will say. Everything looks very smooth. Very smooth. Let's pop this head off. Decapitation was real. See what I mean? I mean, the fact that these have lightning attached to it is what sucks, because these are open palms, but Like she needs to be commanding the lightning. Are you kidding me? That's like so Storm. And then if we want to try one of her long lightning pieces, get the hell okay. Okay. Let me find this thing again. It's like freaking where's Waldo? It's right here. Got it. I probably should have tried to do this off camera just in case some tragedy happens and then I have to cry in front of you guys. That would not be good. Okay, let me just try the other one. This one I found a little faster. Okay. Here. And I'm going to just do this back here. Hopefully I put this on right. If not, listen, somebody will tell me. I'm pretty sure. And this adds a whole lot to the game. This is like you are not messing with this weather queen, this weather goddess. Phenomenal. Doesn't even look like it just took me a century just to put that lightning effect piece on. But yeah, she's pretty cool. Let's check out Wolverine. So let's move her to the side and usher my boy Logan in. Yeah, see, at least you're a little bit more simpler. And of course, claws. We all know about claws. It's nothing new here. So here's Wolverine with his unmasked head. And like I said, it's very, give me all your money type of ordeal, which I do not like. I would like to have had more of a resting face. But I guess you could say if you have been watching X-Men 97, towards the end of the season where he does put this look on, he was kind of going into kick-ass mode. So I guess this is a more befitting face for him. But, you know, like I said, you know, beggars can't be choosers, but I'm still going to beg. Yeah, so he doesn't really have much else going on besides his normal claws and his unmasked head. I want to actually do some size comparisons between some other characters that I got. Storm's hand is off. Hold on, let me just shove another one on here. If it wants to go in. Okay. Yeah. But now that we've gotten through their accessories, let me move them more into frame. I will say I have other X-Men 97 figures, especially the new wave with Emma Frost, Cable, Jubilee, Sunfire, Morph, you know, all of those. They are still in their packaging, though. I kind of want to leave them carded for right now. I mean, I could always post the photos on my page so you could, you know, go and see them and whatnot, but I'm probably not going to open them as far as right now. So I don't really have any X-Men 97 figures to compare with, but if you have been following me, you've seen my shorts. You've seen many of MCU figures come across there. So yeah, I'm going to do some size comparisons with them and see how they match up. So here we have Shuri's version of the Black Panther from Black Panther 2, and Thena from Marvel's Eternals, up against Storm, and I think they, for the most part, look the same size. I mean, Storm's hair is a little bit taller, but it looks like her eyes are the same, almost the same level as Black Panther. Just a little bit. It kind of seems. Black Panther's sure is a little bit shorter. Thena's, of course, looks like she's a little bit taller. Her crown looks like it sits a little bit, up towards hers. They look good together. They look very amazing together. And I like how more of scale this version of Storm is compared to the all white version. I would like to say, and it also might be because of the heels, obviously, but they look pretty good. Let's check out Wolverine over here. Sorry, I don't know why I paused, but let's. Up next, we have the MCU's Deadpool versus Wolverine version of Wolverine, in somewhat of the Jim Lee style costume, but tweaked up MCU style. And we also have the new Avengers, I'll call it that, Red Guardian here. And they look pretty good. Obviously, this version of Wolverine is shorter. I will say, as far as the MCU characters, Wolverine is a little taller than Red Guardian. Let me see. I know, this is not about Red Guardian. I just wanted to test something out. And yeah, they look pretty good. But yeah, so here are some comparisons I decided to use. So yeah. All right, we are coming to the end of our review. And for my final thoughts, I think these two are pretty good. They are a great addition to your 97 collection. Wolverine seems to have very nice articulation. I am a bit disappointed about the chewing on the shoulders. But I guess, I don't know. That's just how it was designed. Hasbro. But the Storm is amazing. I love the Storm. The Storm is probably my favorite out of the two. My only gripe with her as well is I wish she had open hands without the lightning effects. But having the effect pieces for the lightning, the extra cape, and the extra head is always a plus. It's always a plus. And I think they did an amazing job with this 2-pack. But I might have something else I might want to review next. So stay tuned. Comment below on your thoughts of the video. Subscribe, share if you'd like, and keep collecting. Later.